Hello and welcome. Today, we're going to be looking at the SAT Math Non-Calculator section for Practice Test 2. This test is available on both the official Khan Academy and College Board websites, and it's also linked in the description, so you can see it if you want to follow along with this test. As always, we're going to be looking at every single question on this test. All 20 questions we're going to explain, so you're ready to ace this test. And lastly, if you like these videos or find them informative, please be sure to like and subscribe. And with that, let's get on to our first question. Here we go. Alright, first question. Here we go. A painter will paint N walls with the same size and shape in a building using a specific brand of paint. The painter's fee can be calculated by the expression NKLH. NKLH. Where N is the number of walls, K is the constant with units of dollars per square foot, L is the length of each wall in feet, and H is the height of each wall in feet. If the customer asks the painter to use a more expensive brand of paint, which of the packaging expression would change? Okay, so N is the number of walls. That's not going to change. K is a constant with units of dollar per square foot. So if you think about it like that, that's going to be the cost to paint 1 square foot, which is going to increase if you use more expensive paint. So I think K would change. And for the other two, L and H, length and height are not going to change just because you're using more expensive paint. So our answer is K, which is choice C. So our answer is choice C. Let's keep going. All right. Number 2, if 3R equals 18, what is 6R plus 3? All right, so you could try to do divide by 3 and do R equals 6, and then 6 times 6, 36 is 39. You get 39. But you can also just say 6R is 2 times 3R plus 3. This is 2 times 18 plus 3, which is 39. Either way, you get 39. The answer is D. Let's keep going to the next question. Okay. Which of the following is equal to a to the 2/3? Okay. So by remembering exponent rules, we can remember that this is a squared to the 1/3, right? Because when you have this, you just multiply the 2 and the 1/3 and you get 2/3. Now, anything to the 1/3 is going to be the cube root of that. So you can write this as the cube root of a squared. The cube root of a squared is choice D. So that's our answer. Let's keep going to the next question. The number of states that joined the United States between 1776 and 1849 is twice the number of states that joined between 1850 and 1900. If 30 joined between those 2 years, between the 1776 and 1849, and X states joined there, well, 30 is going to be twice as much as whatever this is. So 30 is just 2x. 30 equals 2x, 2x equals 30. That is answer choice B. And we keep going to the next question. Okay. Next question. If 5 over x equals 15 over x plus 20, what is x over 5? Well, we can just cross multiply out here, right? 5 times x plus 20, that's going to give you 5x plus 100. Cross multiply here, and you get 15x. And then you're going to subtract 5x on both sides, right? And you get 10x. And divide by 10, and you get x equals 10. So x over 5 is going to equal 2. 2, that's our answer, and that is choice C. Let's keep going. Okay. Question number 6, if 2x minus 3y, 2x minus 3y equals negative 14, and 3x minus 2y equals negative 6, then what is absolute value of x minus y? Well, you could like just try to solve this using elimination, but I see something better. What if we added up these two equations? So we would get 5x minus 5y equals negative 20. And then you divide by 5 and you get x minus y equals negative 4. So the answer is negative 4. Alright, that's C. You can also do like this equation minus this equation, and you would get actually don't do that because then you get x plus y. So that's different. So yeah, you can add them and then divide by 5. You get negative 4, just C. And keep going to the next question. Okay. Oh, okay. Function f is defined by a polynomial. Some values of x and f of x are shown in the table above. Which of the following must be a factor of f of x? So if you watched the previous videos, you listened to me talk about the factor and remainder theorems, which is actually not that complicated. It's essentially saying that if f of something, we'll call it a, equals 0, then x minus a is a factor of f of a, of f of x, is a factor of f of x. Okay, so f of a is 0. So f of 4, if a is 4, then f of 4 is 0. So x minus 4 is a factor, so x minus 4 is the answer. That's the factor. X minus 4 is C. So that's our answer. Can you see that, like, when I'm writing C? You cannot see that. It's over here. C. That's our answer. Okay. Keep going. The line y equals kx plus 4 equals kx plus 4. Where k is a constant, is graphed from the xy plane. If the line contains the point CD, where they're both values, then so D is y and C is k. So kc equals plus 4. And what is the slope of the line? Well, the slope is k. We just want to find k. So if we have this, then we have D minus 4 equals kc. So k equals D minus 4 over C. So that's our answer. D minus 4 over C, it's going to be choice A. And that's our answer. Keep going. Okay. Kx minus 3y equals 4. And 4x minus 5y equals 7. System of equation above k is a constant and x, y are variables. For what value of k will the system of equation have no solutions? So the only way for something to have no solutions is if you can rewrite this. If you can rewrite this, say, as 4x minus 5y, and equals something that's not 7, right? So how about, well, let's make this the structure of that. So we're going to multiply by 3/5, and you have 12/5 x minus 3y equals 21/5. Okay? So now, if you imagine getting into this for a second, if this and this, if 12/5 x minus 3y, if this is 12/5 x minus 3y, and they equal different things, then they obviously can't both be correct. So k here has to equal 12 over 5, so you have no solutions, and the answer choice is A. That you can. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question 10. In the xy plane, the parabola with the equation y equals x minus 11 squared. X minus 11 squared intersects the line with the equation y equals 25 in 2 points, A and B. What is the length of AB? Well, let's see. So 25 equals x minus 11 squared. Then x minus 11 is plus or minus 5. If it's plus 5, then x equals 16. If it's negative 5, then x is 6. So you have 16, 25, and 6, 25. The distance, since you have the same y-coordinate, is 16 minus 6, which is 10. So our answer is 10. 10 is choice A. So that's our answer. Let's keep going to the next question. Okay. Oh, this is long. Okay, in figure above, lines K, L, and M intersect at a point if x plus y equals u plus w. Okay. Which of the following must be true? Well, let's see. What do we have? So let's draw out these lines. Do I have a draw line function on this thing? I do not have a draw line function on this thing. Okay. X. This is K, L, and oh, oops. K, L, and M. So X, Y, Z, and W, U, T. Or T, U, W, X, Y, Z. That's how it would be. Okay, so these two are the same, so I can just, how about I just write this as W, and then I can write this is X. Okay, now, let's see. Which of the following must be true? Well, we know that, what do we know? Well, we know that this is 180 degrees. So x plus 2w is 180 degrees. And we know that this is also 180 degrees. So that's 2x plus w is 180 degrees. And if you solve that out, you're going to realize that x equals w, and they're all 60 degrees. So this is all 60 degrees. Right, so 60, 60, 60, 60, and then this has to be 180 degrees, so t is 60. This has to be 180 degrees, so z is 60. So essentially you just get that everything is 60 degrees, which means that everything is going to be equal to each other. So x and z, yeah, they're both 60. Y and w, both 60. Z and t, they're both 60. So 1, 2, and 3 are all correct. That is answer choice D. Let's keep going to the next question. Okay. So in the quadratic equation above, what are we given? We're given y equals, oops, let me do that over here so I have more space. Y equals a x minus 2 times x plus 4, x minus 2 times x minus 4. We graph the equation above, parabola with vertices C and D. Which following is equal to D? Let's see. So the thing here, right, is that the two roots of the equation are 2 and negative 4. Right, if you plug these in, y is 0. Those are the roots. And the vertex is always going to be right in the middle of the roots. So right in the middle of 2 and 4 is negative 1. So if I plug in negative 1 into this, I get negative 3 times 3. That's going to be negative 9. So y equals negative 9a at the vertex. Right, so that's going to be D. So our answer is choice A, negative 9a. Let's keep going to the next question. Okay. The equation, oh, wow. The equation 24x squared plus 25x minus 47 over ax minus 2 equals, what does that say? Negative 8x minus 3 minus 53 over the ax minus 2. Okay. So, what can we do? The first thing I can do, I see, is I can add 53 over ax minus 2 to both sides. And that way I get rid of this. And I add 53 over ax plus 2, so this becomes like a positive 6. Positive 6. And then I can multiply by ax minus 2. ax minus 2. Now my life becomes a lot easier, right? Because I could FOIL this out and do everything, but I don't. Sorry, I don't have to. I know that if I just multiply this and this, then I get negative 8ax squared, which is 24x squared. So a is going to equal negative 3. Right? A is going to equal negative 3. A is negative 3. That is answer choice B. So that's our answer. We didn't have to throw the whole thing out. We just took this one. It was easiest to calculate because you only had to do 2 things. And that's our answer. Let's move on to the next question. Okay. What are the solutions to 3x squared plus 12x plus 6 equals 0? Okay, the first thing I'm going to do, divide the whole thing by 3. X squared plus 4x plus 2 equals 0. You can try to factor this out, but I'm just going to tell you right now that you're not going to be able to factor that out. So, yeah. So now we have to use the quadratic formula. So it's negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Hopefully you have it memorized. If you don't, I don't really know how you're going to solve this unless you want to like derive from doing the square, which is a tedious process, so just memorize the formula. Negative 4. Once you use it a bunch of times, it kind of fits in your brain. Minus this over 4 squared minus 4 times 1 times 2 over 2. So 4 squared is 16. This is 8. So square root of 8 is like 2 square root of 2 over 2. That's going to be negative 2. I need more space. Negative 2 plus or minus square root of 2, which is choice A. So that's our answer, right? Seems scary. If you know the quadratic formula, piece of cake. Very easy. Okay. The equation above shows how a temperature F measured in degrees Fahrenheit relates to temperature C measured in degrees Celsius. Based on the equation, which the following must be true. Okay. So you have C equals 5/9 F minus 32. So this is just C equals 5/9 F plus some constant. Okay, so some constant, which I don't care about right now, because we're seeing if I increase something by this much, how much do I increase the other thing by? So I don't care about that. I can just do it like that. Right? C is going to be like equal to 5/9 F plus some minus some other thing, but I don't care. If I increase Fahrenheit by 1, that's going to be adding 5/9. So C is going to go up by 5/9. That's what choice 1 is. So that's I. So that one works. And then we have these three. Choice 2, temperature increase of 1 degree Celsius. If I increase this by 1, then how much do I have to increase this by? Well, I can multiply by 9/5 on both sides, and I get 9/5 C equals F. If I increase by 1 on C, I increase by 9/5 on F. 9/5 is 1.8, so 2 also works. Now I have temperature increase of 5/9 degrees Fahrenheit. If I increase this by 5/9, I increase that by 5/9 times 5/9, which is going to be 25 over 81, which is not 1, so 3 doesn't work. So it's 1 and 2. 1 and 2 only is choice D. So that's our answer. And we can keep going to the next question, getting into the grid response questions here. All right, gridded response. Okay, so x cubed times x squared minus 5 equals negative 4x. Okay, so this equation might look really scary, but it's actually not that bad if you just break it down into its component parts. All right, so let's multiply this out and you get x cubed, x to the 5th minus 5x cubed, and then you add the 4x, so you get 4 plus 4x equals 0. And you see the x in everywhere, so you can divide it out by that. X fourth minus 5x squared plus 4, 0. That means that 0 is a solution to the equation, but they told us x is bigger than 0, so we can't use that. So we have x to the 4th minus 5x squared plus 4 equals 0. And now, does this look anything like quadratic to you? See, it might not look like that because you have an x squared and an x squared. But just watch. What if I said y is equal to x squared? And now I said, well, this is going to be x to the fourth is y squared. And x squared, so 5x squared is 5y plus 4. Now does it look like quadratic? This is just 5. 5 minus 4, or y minus 4, sorry, times y minus 1. So the answers here are going to be 4 and 1. So the answers for x are going to be square root of 4 and square root of 1, plus minus 2 plus minus 1, so 1 and 2, because it had to be bigger than 0. You can put 1, you can put 2, doesn't matter, they both work. Let's keep going. Alright, if 7 ninths x minus 4 ninths x, that's just going to be 3 ninths x, which is just a third x. So 1/3 x equals 1/4 plus 5/12. 1/4 is 3/12. 3/12 plus 5/12 is 8/12, which is 2/3. So this. And then multiply by 3, x equals 2. You put 2, and you're done. Let's keep going. Okay. 18. Two isosceles triangles are shown above if 180 minus z equals 2y and y equals 75. What is the value of x? Okay, so let's see. So if y equals 75, and 180 minus z is 2y, so 180 minus z, why are there at 27? What? That's my fault. My brain just completely messed up. Minus z equals 2y, so 150. So z equals 30. So now if z equals 30, then 180 minus 30 is 150. So the other two angles are going to add up to 150. And they're isosceles, so they're going to be the same. So they're both 75. They're both 75, and so we have this, right? So z, which is 30, and then 75, 75, and x. All right, so this whole thing is 180. 180 minus 75 is going to give you x. That's 105. So our answer is 105. 105 degrees. Let's keep going. Okay. At a lunch stand, each hamburger has 50 more calories than each order of fries. H is 50 more than F. If 2 hamburgers and 3 orders of fries have a total of 1,700 calories, how many calories does the hamburger have? Okay, so I have this, right? So I can make this instead. I can make this F equals H minus 50. All right, now F equals H minus 50. And if F equals H minus 50, and what can I do? And I can say 2H plus 3F, so 3H minus 50. That's going to equal 5H minus 150, which equals 1,700. So 5H equals 1,850, and H is going to equal 37, or 370. So 370 calories in a hamburger. And that is our answer. Let's go to the last question on this section. In triangle ABC, the measure of B is 90. So B is 90. I don't need to write 90, it's a square. So B is 90. BC is 16. So this can be the small side, 16. This is 20. A. We're to see DE and F correspond to ABC respectively. Each side of triangle DEF is 1/3 the length of each corresponding side of triangle ABC. So you have DEF, and this is 16/3 and 20/3. And I want to know sine of F. Well, the thing is that F and C are both going to be the same, because that's how angles work. That's how similar triangles work. So sine of F is sine of C. So we don't really need any of this. We don't need any of these. So we can just take the sine of this angle in this triangle. 3 of the hypotenuse. This is going to be 16 squared plus 20 squared. Take square root of that by Pythagorean theorem. Or you can recognize, or wait a second, actually. So you take out the 4, you have, actually, I just realized that I screwed up the diagram, so give me a second. This is 20. You don't even need to do the Pythagorean theorem. They just gave it to you. AC is 20, BC is 16. That's my fault. I just screwed up the diagram. So sine of C is sine of F, which is 16. It's not 16. It's going to be this side over 20. Now we use the Pythagorean theorem. 20 squared minus 16 squared. Take square root of that is 12. Use the Pythagorean theorem, or you can use a Pythagorean triple of 3, 4, 5. This is 3 times 4, 4 times 4, 5 times 4, 3, 4, 5. Sine of C is 12 over 20, 12 over 20. So sine of F is also 12 over 20, and that is going to be 3/5, or 0.6. And that is our answer. All right, so that was the SAT Math non-calculator section. We went through every single problem. We explained every single problem. Be sure to stay tuned for next time. We continue looking at more practice tests and more sections, not only math, but also the reading, writing, and language sections. I'll see you then.